Hello, good morning to you all. Hope it today finds a happiness in your life. It's grumpy here. Yeah, I feel like I'm grumpy because it seems that a bit of grumpiness is following me everywhere I go. Today, anyway, and yesterday. Every day another chapter opens. Isn't it funny how casual comment by myself of watching a channel has unleashed a wave of criticism of another channel. Another channel that I thought was exempt from controversy and drama. The one thing that he himself says he wants to avoid and doesn't get involved in. And yet, in the same moment of time, he sits there and tells you an intimate story of his understanding and dealings with his own Filipino family, extended family, I should say. One has to be very careful that when you call the pot or the kettle black, you're not talking in riddles. I understand that he is teaching English online. Good on him. Great sideline. I've considered doing that myself, and I'm not a teacher, just conversational English. Great way to earn a few bucks here and there. But this is not about him personally. This is about you out there personally. You have to clear the deck before you come to the Philippines or anywhere in the world to start afresh. I say to start afresh. It's not to reinvent yourself, it's to start afresh. To be able to reset your life and maybe set a calmer, quieter way of living than maybe what you've been used to in the past. To try and reset the things that you need or don't need anymore in life. But for many, of course, that will be an impossible task because with you comes the afterburner effect of your relationships before. There are, of course, we live in a modern world where Facebook, trying to think of all the other ones anyway, you know who I mean. All the other apps that you can go and vent your anger about other people and be somewhat immune to the after effects. But it's rather ironic that bringing another person into view has unleashed a barrage of accusations against that channel. Was it expected? Who knows? These things happen. Things can go viral in moments. I look at a video that my friend Ian did the other day. Started off talking about horse racing, but the message was there by the end of the video. And I reckon it was a brilliant video. I suggest you go and watch it. It's Ian living in the Philippines. And the whole point of having these videos is to generate thought, to generate discussion, to enable everybody to maybe look at life slightly differently. I don't know what's happened to the light. I look maybe better. But we're all different. We're all different individuals, and we handle life differently all the time. Who is to say one of us is right and one of us is wrong? I often refer to Sunshine's shoulders. I don't necessarily agree with anything he says, per se, but I do listen because it gives you another perspective on another person's thought patterns, his perspective of the Philippines. You know, we could use that horrible word, budgets. You can too live on $500 or $600 American a month. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. No rent. Why? Because she already has a house that you can live in, and you're happy to live there. Hence, you don't have any rent. Now you've got 35,000 pesos to buy food, pay electric, and to maybe buy a few little luxuries like internet, top up on your phone. But you can live. You don't survive, you live. Who survives? People from foreign countries don't survive here. We live here. We live on whatever we have on the table. If you're Australian, you're getting probably 2,000 dollars a month every 4 weeks. You can't live on that? Really? Okay. If you can't save half of it, you're doing something wrong. But who am I to tell you? After all, our American friends say that you can't even survive on less than $2,000 American. That's $120,000. Who can't live on $120,000 and suggest that they're only going to have a mere existence of survival? I say bollocks. Because the cost of living here is whatever you make it. If you want to eat out every night, it's going to cost you money. It would do in your own country, and it certainly will cost you here if you do it here. There's always a restaurant that's happy to charge you 1,000 pesos for 2 people to sit and eat a meal, maybe more. But they're sitting out the back, sweating away, making that meal for you, the one you've chosen off the menu. And for them, they see you as rich. You just paid a day's salary for one meal to them. And what will a day's salary give you? 500 pesos? Give you a pretty good meal at home, and it'll feed maybe 4 or 5 people. So why would you go out and do a 500 a head meal in a restaurant? I'll tell you why. Because everybody wants to feel a little bit of luxury here and there, a little bit something different, like bringing home a flower that costs you $1.50. Why? Because you felt romantic and you wanted to give it. These things are all part of living, not just here but anywhere in the world. Every time we get a bonus from work, there's always the tendency to rub your hands together and say, "Oh, let's go shopping." But do we need to? Probably not. I'm often told, even here, do we need that? Should we really spend that on that? Wouldn't it not be better to spend it on so-and-so? That's being prudent. You know that word? Prudent. Careful. Decisive. And maybe just being real. So these videos that give you their budgets based, this is my monthly budget. It means jack shit. It really does. It really means nothing. You will spend what you need. I will spend what I need. Can you live here in the Philippines on that amount of money? $600 American? Of course you can. If a family can live on 20,000 pesos and think they're okay, why can't you? I'll tell you why. Because you're still thinking of Australia or America or England when you buy things. I must have my marmalade. Can't you make marmalade? Can't you make mayonnaise? Can't you cook an egg? Can't you fry bacon? Oh, what, you mean cured bacon? You mean special fancy names in a special fancy shrink wrap in a supermarket bacon? Or wrapped up in plastic, rolled up, little shrivelly bits of bacon. Which tastes any better? Nice poached egg or a fried egg, bacon freshly out of the pan, sprinkled all up. It goes down your throat just the same as a nice fancy piece of what they call smoked bacon from Canada or America, Australia. It doesn't matter. You can make anything you want here. If you can't cook, you're stuffed because you're going to have to rely on her if you can't be bothered to learn how to cook. If you learn how to cook, you might enjoy it. You might find it relaxing to sit at the dining room table, chopping up the veggies and preparing a dish, ready to throw it into the barbie or frying pan, or what do they call it? The something fryer, the one where you don't put anything. Well, that's real life. Here, anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. Just because you live in America or in Australia, you don't have to go to your supermarket to buy all that stuff. You can go to bulk veggie places. You can go to bulk food outlets. You can go to meat bulk food outlets. You can buy what you want, and they'll wrap it up in a piece of paper, throw it in a plastic bag, and you take it home. You can chop it up, prepare it and marinate it, stick it in the freezer for tomorrow or on Saturday when you have some friends around. Why? Because you can cook. Because you can make an exciting and interesting meal. Do you know how to make mashed potatoes? Or have you always had someone else make it for you? You know how to make it creamier? You know how to get the lumps out? All these things are just learning. No excuse not to know. How do I make? And put whatever it is you want to make. And there's dozens of interesting videos on YouTube or other formats where you can find out how to do these things. Learn. Go and do a cooking class. Be the first foreigner sitting in amongst a whole load of beautiful women, learning how to cook. You don't have a driver's license. It's run out. Don't worry about swapping it over. Go to a Filipino driving school. Learn how to drive. Go and sit the tests. Be like a Filipino. Earn your license. Don't just swap it over. That's cheating, isn't it? Too easy. You know, there's so much you can learn about living in another country. It's up to you to step up to the challenge. People want to talk about you, let them talk about you. If they want to talk a load of garbage, let them talk a load of garbage. If it doesn't bother you, why would you care? But if you get all het up about it, maybe there's something you're hiding. Maybe something makes you feel a little uncomfortable. Guys, just be honest with your woman. After all, she starts to listen to this rubbish, she'll start to ask questions too. Maybe she'll be one of those disgruntled dailies one day. And then they all get together and compare notes. My thought for the day. Bye now.